In 2025, we're exiting our lazy girl era and becoming that girl. I'm so tired of feeling like I'm a bum who does absolutely nothing with my time. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to exit your lazy girl era and become the most motivated and productive version of yourself. We're calling this our productive girl era. Let's first begin by stating some facts. Exiting your lazy girl era can feel a bit daunting, especially if you're not used to disciplining yourself, but it's all about finding small, consistent ways for you to re-engage with your goals, routines, and sense of purpose. I promise you, no one will make this transition seamless, so please give yourself some grace. First, we're going to start off by recognizing our why, and this is so important because if you don't know why you're doing this, you're going to have absolutely no motivation or discipline to do it. So ask yourself, why am I wanting to exit my lazy girl era? How is this going to benefit me? Is it for better health, more productivity, or personal growth? I also want you to write your why down, or you can put this in the notes section of your phone, but just have it somewhere that you can read it often because this is going to keep you motivated. So the first step of exiting our lazy girl era is to initiate small changes. And this is really, really important. If you're not starting small, you probably aren't going to start anywhere. So you want to begin with changes that are manageable for you, such as making your bed every day or giving yourself a set time to clean your room every Sunday. Things like that. Starting with small changes is going to help you not feel so overwhelmed. I know for me personally, if I try to make 50 different changes to my routine, I feel so overwhelmed and usually I don't accomplish anything. You want to avoid overwhelming yourself as much as possible, so try to pick one habit that you can change or improve. A few examples are maybe waking up 30 minutes earlier than you usually do, and then as you kind of get better at that, maybe move it back another 30 minutes. So right now, if I'm waking up at 8 o'clock, maybe I will start waking up at 7:30, and then once I get used to that, I can wake up at 7 o'clock and just keep doing that until you are at your wake up time goal. Next, you can commit to a 10-minute exercise or stretch or just any sort of movement. I started my winter arc last week and I was doing Pilates every morning all week. And honestly, having movement every day is probably the best thing that I've done for myself. So try to give yourself some sort of movement. And this can be the smallest change to your routine as possible, like a 10-minute walk on the treadmill or outside, or just a little stretch in the morning. It doesn't need to be anything super crazy, like powerlifting or whatever. Just do something small, something that is easy for you, something you know you can do, something that you can commit to, and maybe something that gets you kind of excited. And the last example is replace one unhealthy snack with a healthy snack. I know for me, before bed, I always crave ice cream or something sweet. So if I'm wanting to change something small, I can go ahead and change out my unhealthy snack for a healthy snack. I'm not saying you need to do this all the time because balance is very important, but that's just one example of an easy habit to change. Next, you want to establish a routine, and this is so important for many reasons. Develop a daily routine either in the morning or at night that's going to help motivate you to accomplish tasks. For example, I highly recommend finding a night routine that works well for you. Once you establish a nighttime routine, it's going to be easier to find a morning routine that works for you. It's important that you find a nighttime routine first, because if you don't have a great nighttime routine, if you're staying up until 1 a.m. in the morning or you're binge eating right up until you go to bed, obviously you're not going to wake up feeling the best. So then therefore you can't really have a great morning routine because you didn't have a good nighttime routine. We will be getting a little bit more into routines later. Next topic is maintaining a clean environment. Having a cluttered space can negatively affect your productivity, so make a habit out of decluttering your space regularly. For example, before you settle down for the night, try to pick up your room, maybe any dirty clothes that you left on the floor or makeup on your vanity that need to be put back away. For me personally, I tend to get really stressed out if my room is a mess. If I just have dirty clothes lying around everywhere, maybe open boxes that I got out of the mailbox, or my hair stuff and makeup stuff is just lying out all on my vanity, I feel very, very unmotivated and so stressed out to the point that I lose all sense of productivity. Not even to mention, who even likes having a dirty room? I definitely don't, but I do understand that sometimes you don't feel like cleaning. So that's why it's important to create that habit of just picking up after yourself, because then your room stays clean and picked up. Next, set achievable goals for yourself. You want to always establish goals for either the day ahead, the week ahead, or the month ahead. Because when you establish goals, it puts in your head oh, this is what I need to do instead of being unproductive, or this is what I need to do instead of laying in my bed doom scrolling all day. I personally like to keep my goals in a journal, usually for a to-do list for the day. I'll keep it on my phone just in my reminders app. But for monthly goals, I always put them in my planner at the start of every month. I have a section in my planner that I will put all of my goals for the month just to remind me, hey, this is what I'm trying to achieve this month. And if I'm not doing this, this, and this, then that probably won't happen. But also, when you're writing down down your goals, you want to make sure they're realistic and achievable for you. And I'm not saying like you can't dream, because trust me, I am the biggest dreamer, but your dreams need to motivate you. Like, for example, since I was 10, I have always wanted to be a YouTuber, but if I'm just saying I want to be a YouTuber and that's not motivating me and I'm not actually like trying to make it happen, then that's not a realistic goal for me. Next, I want you to embrace the power of lists. Lists are literally my favorite thing ever because they keep me on track. I am someone who gets very distracted very easily throughout the day because I'm thinking about a million different things that I have to do. But if I wake up every morning and create that to-do list that I need to do, it helps me stay on task because I can read that and be like, oh yeah, I needed to do that today, because 5 minutes before I went back and read my to-do list, I had already forgot that I needed to do it. I like to keep a list of tasks that need to be done and their deadlines next to them, so that way I have a clear plan of what I need to be doing. And to make it visually appealing for yourself, you can have a cute planner, or maybe buy a cute journal, or use a little app that you love to have all of your to-do lists together. I used to be the person that kept my to-do list in the back of my brain, but I quickly realized that when I do that, I become very overwhelmed because obviously I can't see a list in my head of everything. So I started writing it down, and it feels way less daunting when I can actually see everything on a piece of paper. So trust me on this, lists are going to be your best friend. Next, we are limiting distractions. So the person who has been rude to you for the past like year and a half, get rid of them. Maybe this habit that you have of doom scrolling, get rid of it because it is absolutely not helping you. So I need you to identify the activities or people that are wasting your time, such as doom scrolling, as I mentioned, or just anyone who is around you that is constantly negative or just bashing you or doesn't really believe in like anything that you're wanting to accomplish. Listen, if you still have that person in your life that is draining your battery, get rid of them. They're not benefiting you in any way at all, and as cruel as it sounds, they probably never will. Also, like I was saying, stop doom scrolling. Literally, I know it is the hardest habit to break, but it's also the worst. And it's probably one of the fastest ways for you to receive a lot of negative energy in your life. So the trick of this is to find hobbies that you love and that you would rather do instead of doom scrolling. Before you say anything about not having any hobbies, I am going to be making a hobbies to replace doom scrolling video very, very soon. So please, if you are interested in that, subscribe so that way you can be here. So I just need you to show yourself that you are a priority, and whatever is distracting you is absolutely not worth your time and is not going to benefit you in the long run. Next one, and this one is so important to me, and that is prioritizing self-care. This is my absolute favorite topic to talk about. And remember when I said that we will be coming back to routines, this is that moment. Please, I beg of you to find yourself a self-care routine. There are so many different inspiring videos out there on YouTube that can inspire you to find a self-care routine. I even have a video of my own called my everything shower routine that will give you like the exact information that you need to create a self-care routine for yourself. But I also need you to keep in mind that self-care is not just a routine. It's how you speak to yourself, how you speak about yourself, what you let your brain consume, how you're letting other people talk to you, what you do in your free time, how you take care of your body, etc. There are so many different forms of self-care. But don't overwhelm yourself. Again, start with small changes. And last, celebrate your progress. When I say celebrate your progress, I don't mean like throw yourself an entire party, invite over all your friends. I mean like celebrate to yourself, because you're only doing this for yourself. You're not doing this to benefit anybody else. This is not an easy process to go through, so just celebrate your small wins. For example, a way that I like to celebrate my small wins is by going to the store and buying myself my favorite snack and my favorite candy and going back home and watching a movie or a show. It's a very small thing to do for yourself, but it's also really deserved as well. Once you start celebrating yourself and celebrating your small wins, this is going to boost your self-esteem like crazy. I just want you to know that you are important, and it is very important to prioritize yourself. So you watching this video has already been a big step in exiting your lazy girl era, because it's already in your head that you want to do it. So I'm proud of you for staying this long and listening to all the advice that I have to give to you. Again, this is not going to be an easy process, but I believe in you and I know that you can do it. And I know that you are going to become the most productive, motivated version of yourself, and you are going to accomplish so many things in your life. If I believe in you, you should believe in yourself as well, because you can do anything that you put your mind to. But that is the end of this video. If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you next time. I love ya.